Let's start at the very top left, up the back of the screen there, and you start in with the Two of Wands. It feels as though you are looking back towards something that you may have started creating earlier on in the year, possibly even a longer period than that. And this is literally creating. So this could be to do with your career or business opportunities or your thought processes that are creative energies, which can include the arts, the craft world, your own personal directions and of things that you are wanting to uplift as well. So when this card sort of is in your reading, it's as if you are contemplating, which is where the grey feeling, comes in, this contemplative mind energy about who you are, what direction you're going in, or what direction you want your career or creativity spark to head in. And the fact that it starts off looking back out, it feels as though it's connected to something you may have been thinking about previously or started previously as well. It is often too about looking beyond your current infrastructure or the current position of where you are. So often this denotes potentiality for change in your career and a movement away from your current path, literally. So whether some of you are contemplating a new career direction or promotion or leaving a job to seek new employment, or even moving overseas is a possibility as well, or moving somewhere away from where you are currently. We come to the second card and we have the Hierophant. He kind of always, to me, has this feeling of putting a cuckold on things, as if he says, now stop and pull your socks up and obey the rules and follow the societal patterns in life. It's like you can be boxed into a situation when this card is around. It warrants your behaviour being dutiful. If there are certain things that need doing or requirements or attitudes around at this particular point in time, it pays to adhere to them. It's the card where I sort of say there's a lack of freedom. It's all about indoctrination and being responsible and towing the line. But at the same time, it is still a spiritual card. So sometimes it also connects us to our own spiritual paradigm and either recreates your belief system again, or you may pick up your interest in philosophical or spiritual teachings or studies. You may even change the particular belief system that you currently follow. You might be really interested in a new one. So oftentimes this is the initiation of new thoughts and areas of your life within that, I don't know if the right word is religious, but within that spiritual context or realm of the way we live. I think also, as I said earlier, legally don't do anything wrong. Maintain a forefront of accuracy and goodwill in society and within your own life and the things that you choose to do at this time. The Seven of Pentacles is, even though it's a bit of a boring looking card, it actually is a nice one to have. It shows reward for your hard work and that you are slowly reaping success and promises from the efforts, time, the way you work, your dedication, and how you have garnished together everything that has got you to this point. You will often find that there is a slight increment in your monetary systems around this time. You may find a small windfall one way or another, or if you have bills to pay, it's as if money is around to be able to accommodate those things. It doesn't mean have a great wild party and go all, wow, I've made it to the top and I'm going to spend it all. It just means that everything you've been doing up until now is paying dividends, and can quite often mean that if you have got some money invested somewhere in stocks or bonds or property, it's probably in a quite safe place for now. And this one right next to it is about money again. Although in a way these two are very tied in. The Four of Pentacles has a feeling as if the guy is a little bit worried about his money and he's holding on a bit tight to it, almost fearful or fretful or anxious. Now, if you hold those energies around your finances, you're going to create that feeling, and you're going to make things more anxious than they are. This card is very much about not falling into the trap of fear or worry, but rather to open yourself out and see that you have in fact got a diverse area where your monies are either invested or where the potentiality of your money is coming from. So open yourself up a little bit and don't be afraid. Again, it's not a time to be wildly spending, but the money is there to cover off the stock standard average bills and monthly household costs, if you like. Again, this card has a feeling of some sort of small windfall coming your way or an unexpected financial increment. So there's two cards that to me give that little bit of energy or meaning. So keep an eye out for that, Pisceans. We go to the second row and we see the first card on the left is the Ace of Swords. Aces are always a wonderful card to have in your reading because they propagate new beginnings. This Ace of Swords, however, is the one that has perhaps a little bit of a sting in its tail. He's holding the sword up in the air and these wreaths or laurels are hanging off the top of the crown in a little bit of disarray. So the sword is as if you have thrust that literally up someone and said, here, stick it. I've won and that's how I feel about you and the situation. So often this is the ace of winning a triumphant acquisition or project, but at the cost of losing something else in the interim. Sometimes this card can even be the suggestion that you have a separation from a relationship, and it can even sometimes be a divorce card that pops up. So it can have to do with legal matters or signing documents, but again it's saying that you've come to the end of an old project and this is the beginning of starting a new one with your own success as you move forward. The Magician, wow, right next to it. So double whammy. It's all about newness and magic and the opportunity of grabbing things from the universe and running with ideas and thoughts, creativity, power in particular, passion and triumph. So this is a really powerful period for you guys right here. The Magician is magic, but you have to grab it. It's no good sitting back on your laurels or going, oh, well, it'll come to me. It won't. It'll bypass you if you don't make yourself available and searching for the opportunities that are floating by. Latch onto them and give it all you've got, because it could be a very exciting time to project yourself in a new area and direction. This person here could even be associated with it. There's an offer coming or a potential offer from this type of person who is a water sign generally, and quite often an older person. So he could be associated with this new feeling of direction or energy, power or passion. He could very well be a possibility of a new romantic liaison one way or another. So that could be what this is all. This whole row here could all be about. Finishing old relationships, magical new ones coming in, so very strong heart connection relationships with someone who might be a water sign. And even this here, it sort of ties in again as if he is offering this, and this is the beginning of very new special bonded relationships that are supportive, nurturing, protective, strong, all of the trustful, faithful, honourable, all of those positive high energy vibrations that most people want to have within a relationship. And this card portends that energy, and quite often it's new energy coming in. So the whole row to me is reeking of the potential of new relationships. Remember, not all new relationships we're talking about have to be romantic, so this could be relationships at any level. So keep an open mind and a broad expanse for that. We come here to the Three of Pentacles in the third week. It's also a really good card to have, even though I find it fundamentally unattractive to look at. It's about success in an area of career or achievement or projects or something that you have been doing and working on, and it comes to fruition and it is successful and possibly wins accolades or accreditation. So it could even be exams for some of you who are sitting exams and you have passed, or projects that you have been doing, and again, doesn't have to be career, but quite often is. So these projects are being accepted and well thought of by others. Now, sometimes it also means that you have worked in partnership cohesively with a group of people or someone else. And oftentimes there can be something, again, like a small promotion involved or a monetary increment. So you've got really great signs in the month of sort of finances being buoyed up somehow and incremental amounts of extra finances. The Queen of Swords next to it, whether or not she was involved in this project or she's just someone who is around you, quite often an air sign older woman, they can be quite good to go and speak to regards intellectual topics or legal or law or business matters along those lines, but they can be occasionally they can be quite terse with their words as well. She could be a friend or potential new partner again, because we're still talking about partnerships and newness around here. If she is, you have to learn to live with the way they speak and the way they deal with things. They're very much about the mind, and they think about the mind and utilise that energy a lot. And sometimes when they verbalise things, it can be a bit critical or come out a bit terse. Don't worry about it, live with it. The High Priestess, a really magical card again, sort of back in this magical realm. We have this moon down here, which indicates possibly energies that have emanated from the time period of the eclipses in March, where we see a lot of people on the planet will be going through immense changes, quite often deep emotional, spiritual, and physical as well. This can be a time of connection to psychic realm, so really increased psychic abilities, becoming clairvoyant yourself, also very deep dream capacities and dreamscapes. You may go into astral travel and have connections with past people in your life or spirit worlds. You may really get an increment there with all of your guides and angels and anyone around you and past family members. It's also about polar opposites, black and white, day and night, light and dark, female and male. So there's some sort of counter-joining there. There's also this very deep sacred knowledge that she holds in her lap. So this can be a time of ascending to unbelievable power and knowledge, especially your own internal life path power, who you are, where you're going, how the cosmic universe works and how it associates and draws into your life, and the whole lot configured together. It is also a card of sexual attraction and fertilization. So for some of you, there will be really strong chemistry attraction to other people. And fertile periods, so anyone thinking of starting a family or wanting conception of a baby, this could be a fertile time. And even the card next door to it doubly kind of amplifies this message as well. So this is quite a strong week here for possible sexual activity, attraction and fertilization. Again, she talks about finances, positive finances again, and look down here. So all the whole month through, you've got fairly positive messages for your finances. She exudes happiness, harmony, social activities, being the gracious hostess, calm, knowledgeable, very good with finances, investments again. You know, someone might come to you and ask you how you're doing it, or ask for your inspirational ideas on projects or money or investment. This one down here, possibly the Knight of Pentacles, can be this person turning up in your life, a younger earth sign energy. He's definitely engaged in your month's reading. So again, possible new interest coming in, or friendship, or co-worker. The other thing that this could be is the offer of newness, again around money, so ideas coming to you or projects, so they're connected here, these two. You've got so much. This is a money month for you and a projects and kind of a success month. Some of you may have been applying for new jobs. This is a great sign of the positive opportunity when this comes along. You may get offered a job. If you're looking, do all the right things. Get your CV up and running, have it working really well. Put your applications out for as many jobs as you like, because the chances are you're going to get one of them. The Nine of Swords tells us about inner anxiety and tensions and nighttime terrors. We've got a bit of this is connected here. We come back to the night again here, definitely, and the moon. You may have had insomnia for a while, or you've got things on your mind when you go to bed at night and you can't rest and you can't get enough sleep, or this activation here is creating such intense dream time that you're either a little bit concerned about it or it worries you. Don't be frightened, connect with it. Your dreams generally give you intense messages and information about your pathway. If you listen to them, diarise your dreams and really get into analysing them, they contain so many answers and they can help you out of problems that you have around you. So also do things that will help alleviate stress at night and insomnia. Take herbal remedies, have back massages, get rid of any tension in your shoulders, go to bed early, read soothing books, turn off technology, eat the right types of foods as well, have your hormones balanced. All of those things help with the ability to get a good night's sleep. Although me saying that is quite a joke, because actually I'm a chronic insomniac, but I live with it. Now the Hermit, right next to this one, so in fact these last three here towards the end of the May reading say that from all this lovely light, positive, bright energy, you have some sort of turning inward feeling as if you are going inward, and it could have been an initiation from this type of energy or this one that makes you rethink things. You feel as if you are wanting to spend a bit of time alone, contemplate something at a very deep personal level. Could be relationships, could be your career, could be your spirituality. Time alone is often a wonderful gift because it allows us to re-seek who we are and connect with our inner self. The Hermit is quite a magical card, but he does things on his own and at his own pace. He doesn't need other people. Although sometimes in saying that, he can almost be a mentor for you. You may have gained some illumination or insight from someone else's words or their direction or their philosophy, which could be taking its shape in your life right now. He does come to a point of illumination, so he is seeing light and he's seeing a different direction in his life, and he definitely is looking back here somehow. So the feeling is it may be associated with career or possibly people in your life and some changes that you are wanting to make with situations that are around. And then we come to the Tower and we see this as the brand new coming of the big change in life. The Tower tells us that there is not enough stability in the bottom of this building, and that with too much pressure under it, it starts to topple and fall. Now, sometimes when this card turns up, it can literally be quite a quick, rapid event, and it can be tempestuous, and there can be arguments involved. So if it does happen, just try to stand back, don't be too verbal at the time, remove yourself from the situation as best you can and let it pass. But even if you do that, it is going to have a permanent effect, and it's quite often non-reversible, and you do go in different directions. And sometimes this can be people that go in different directions, so this can be the severing again of relationships. But if this happens, it is time that it needed to, because as I say, it wasn't built on a stable foundation, it wasn't doing either of you or the group of you any good, and something needed to be cleared and re-corrected or calibrated. And that's what the Tower card is. It should really say recalibration. And we often need recalibration in our lives, and especially in this modern age where everything is so intense and powerful and quick, we need to recalibrate a lot of situations and relationships and directions.